Hello everyone and welcome to the latest Survive pre-alpha. For those of you who don't know, Survive is a zombie survival shooter set in an unlimited procedural open world. And this update is all about that procedural world. If you want to try this build and all future builds of Survive, you can pre-order using the link in the description. First off, let me show you the new save system. When you start the game, there is now the option to create a new character or play a previous one. Whenever you create a new character, you are also creating a world to survive in. Right now, you only choose a name and a world seed that determines how the world is generated. But in the future, there will be options to change things like difficulty, what your character did before the apocalypse, how long after the apocalypse you want to start playing, and a bunch of other stuff. This system currently saves your position so you can start in the same place every time you play. In the future, more things will be saved about the state of the world, such as corpse locations, your inventory, and what's been looted. Now that we're in the game, you can see that the world is significantly better. The entire world is now completely procedurally generated. Right now there are 4 different biome types generated throughout the world. There are plains, forests, hills, and large mountains. There will be many more terrain features and biomes generated in the future, like rivers, lakes, oceans, and deserts. In the future, weather will also be different depending on your global position and elevation. So for example, the more northern places are snowy and cold, while the coastal areas are more tropical. This new generation system also places grass and trees depending on the biome. In this update, it also improved the grass system so there's a uniform distribution where the player is, and it smoothly fades out in the distance. I also wrote a new tree rendering and forest management system that better fits with the new terrain streaming. The issues AMD users were having with their trees is no longer a problem, and the performance is much better. The only problem which you might have noticed is that I haven't implemented the smooth LED transitions, so as you get closer to the trees, the higher quality versions just pop in. I also haven't implemented the wind yet, but both of these things will be added in the future. Another thing I did in this update was do a performance pass. It's hard to show in a video, but the game now runs about 200% faster. Another thing I added that you'll notice a lot at night is exponential height fog. I think it really adds a lot of depth to the terrain. I also think it gives night a much creepier feel, especially in the forest. And if that wasn't enough, I also think it makes the sunsets and the sunrises look really awesome. As you can see, this terrain will generate in all directions forever. When you move from one world cell to another, the entire world shifts in the opposite direction you are moving and generates new cells in front of you. You should not be able to notice this shift, and the cells generate on worker threads, so you don't notice any slowdown while they are generating. This also allows you to keep moving throughout the world without OpenGL or physics noticing. Because normally, if you actually just kept moving forever in one direction without this shift, things would start to get really crazy and unpredictable due to floating point precision issues. There are some glitches with zombies when you move from one cell to another, but that will be fixed in the future. The current world that is generated is only the base terrain. You can think of it sort of like the world before man. In Pre-Alpha 5, I'll be adding basic building, city, and road generation so you can explore and loot the real world. That's it for this update, and thanks for watching. The next update will be out in a month and will be focused on getting the new zombie model in the game, along with improved zombie animations, ragdolls, and AI. If you want to try this build and all future builds of Survive, you can pre-order at subsurfacegames.com/survive. When you pre-order, you'll get a download link and a Steam key. If you want to follow the development of Survive, you can read the dev blog at subsurfacegames.com. If you want more frequent updates on Survive, you can like the Facebook page at facebook.com/subsurfacegames and follow me on Twitter at subsurfacegames.